Well, again, I only want to touch the right one. I don't want you to touch the left one. So that's piriformis hitting that posterior hip on the right side. And then, of course, stretching those same muscle groups. So when you want to stretch the piriformis, I mean, the easiest one to kind of get into that is definitely going to be this guy. You know, this one right here, if you want to go ahead and try that one.
Can I show you how we teach our patients to stretch them?
Sure. Oh, you like the one? You like that one?
Yeah.
You can do that. I just wanted to show you. Yeah, I like that one too.
And then you can pull here as well.
Or straighten that leg. Yep, I like that. Yep. So you can do it that way if you prefer. I just wanted to see how your body moved into this one.
Try it for you.
Yeah, I would try. Because then I like how on this one you can actually pull the leg back like this. Yeah, I just want to see if your knee is even this. I mean, this is your normal knee. I like how I call it normal.
Okay. Well, I have a normal one and I'm not so
I know. But all right. So see, my hips are not going to be open because being a runner, straightforward and back. So the hips are not as open as I'd like them to be. You're going to flex the foot, of course, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm okay with this, or you can move the knee up until it drops, and then come onto your elbows, and then you watch my back foot. I can actually scoop my back foot a little bit using your toe.
I feel it right there.
Okay, good. Now see if you can imagine pulling the inner left thigh closer, like more towards the center of the body, and then pull the right hip back.
Stretch.
And then let the right hip, the right femur pull back into the hip socket, but you let the left inner thigh pull down. It kind of, doesn't that help? Like
yeah,
that?
that increases that stretch a lot.
Nice. So you might want to use that. You might want to use that, or both. But I do like that one.
Yeah,
Just
I like
30-second breaths. Okay, cool. I just think it hits that spot perfect. Besides that, you get to go to zone 2. You earned that zone 2. Shoot, so that's good. You didn't even have zone. I mean, I put you at zone 1 before because you can't start anywhere else, but that was as a result of not even being able to perform the exercise. You performed it and you're straight to zone 2. That's kind of cool. So, yep, so 142 to 159 should be your proper heart rate.
And
zone.
my heart rate's, resting heart rate's in the morning, 62 4 mornings in a row.
Wow.
I went ahead and tested it for a fourth
Wow.
morning because it was the same all 3 mornings. So I went ahead and tested it again. It was 62 all 4 mornings.
All right, so 62. So what that means is we would do calculator.
And while we were talking about heart rate, I wanted to tell you that.
Good job. Well, that's pretty precise. So we do 62. Let's see, 220 minus 62 equals 158. 158 times, and then the heart rate range is going to be 75 to 86% of that max heart rate. So you would do the 158 times 0.75, and that's going to be 118.5. Let's see where this is. 118. It's a bit different. 118.5 to 86%. So that first number again, what was the first number? That max heart rate? Was it one? It was the 220 minus.
It was 168.
Thank you. 168 times 0.76. So 127.7. So you need to edit that if you want to edit that in around there.
Is it higher or lower?
Well, I mean, it's lower. It's just you kind of calculate it fresh. But that's accurate. I like that it's more accurate. So whatever your max heart rate is, which is calculated by your 220 minus your resting heart rate, which is approximate. Sometimes there's a more specific calculation also, but that one is still the holding correct calculation. If anything, it generally shows to be a little higher when I run the more specific calculation. Mm-hmm. So if anything, you can be a little higher than this range, but not lower.
Yeah.
So
well, I have no problem with my heart rate getting up. It goes up really quick.
But then again, you do want to make sure it doesn't go up too high,
mm-hmm.
right? So just stay in.
Yeah, mine will go up to about 130.
Okay.
when I'm working out, and then it just kind of hovers at 130, and then it'll kind of bump up to like 150, which is still in the technically that normal range, the grid,
Yeah.
and then it'll come back down.
Well, I'd recommend trying to practice the control. So trying to control, like, hey, no, I know I can get to 130, 140, I know I can get to 150, but for the purposes of, like, let's say the cardio warm up, just the 5 to 10 minutes, try to practice knowing what it feels like to be in that range. So you're like, yep, that's what it feels like, you know. And then when you're doing your normal cardio, which I do have in here, the 5 to 7 times a week, where you're trying to kind of start with 15 minutes maybe, and then just again check in with that heart rate. And then, you know, it depends on how much time you have also. Let's say you do only have 32 minutes. Well, then you know what? Go ahead and you walk for 32 minutes, you know, whether it's 16 minutes out and then you approximate 16 minutes back, something like that. That's what I would do.
I did
So-
start running a little bit. Just
Well, as
not
long as you don't
like-
have any pain.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't like a full run. It was more like a
jog.
jog.
That's good.
And it's just while I'm out with the animals doing
Oh,
stuff.
well,
And
that's good.
short distances, and
Yeah.
I have to stop because of the knee and
Well,
everything. But
yeah.
I'm excited I can do it now.
That is good. That is good. And I think as you get better with the single leg work, then it'll feel more comfortable. So that's awesome. That's really good. All right, so then let's see here. We have supine single leg bridge starting from floor. So stuff like this is going to be really helpful to you. So you're going to start supine. Now you could band yourself on this too. There's that green band over there. I can't find my blue one for whatever reason. You know, the one that we used last time. I don't know where it is. So, but you know, I just shortened that. You can go ahead and put it around your feet. Get it up on your knees. It's not as tight as the blue one either, so it's gonna be a little easier. But so what you're gonna do here is you're gonna go ahead and let your left leg go straight out. Create that crease. Remember how we talked about creating that crease, like where your upper thigh meets your glute?
Mm-hmm.
So keep that leg nice and straight. Really press that heel down to the floor, and then start pressing harder into the right foot, the one that's down here. And then what I want you to do is take your glide your ribs down towards your hips. Make sure your ribs aren't popping up like that, but that you're making them more flush. Good. And then from here, you might want your hands out here. You're gonna actually start pressing so hard into the right foot that your hip kind of lifts. And this is gonna be really hard with your other leg. It is. Now I want you to pull your heel back towards you. Do you feel the difference? Pull that heel back towards you. And as you come down, pretend as if someone is pulling that left leg away. Pull, 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 pull. Keep that crease, keep that crease. So if you're keeping the crease, you're gonna find that your heel and your glute will come down at the same time. You wanna try to have it match. Okay, ready? Up again. Reaching out through your hips, all the way out through your knees. Yep. Pull, pull, pull. Pull with the right heel. Pull the left leg out at the same time as you're coming down. Let the ribs glide down. Nice. Switch. Good one, Renee. Okay. All right, let's see how it does. All right, so press that right heel down to the floor. Start giving this left foot a little bit more pressure down to the floor. Glide your ribs down. And then come on up. Exhale. Good. Pull that right leg out, out, out. And then slowly come down using the left heel. Pull it in. Pull, pull, pull with that left heel. Is that okay? Okay, good. Again, up. Down, 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 down. Crease, 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 crease. This time, I want to go a little slower. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready? And exhale. And at the base of the exhale, go ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, pull. 2, 3, 4, 5. Use your left heel. Pull it back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can imagine 20 is going to be pretty tough. But that's good. Next, both legs together. Now see, I'll play around with stuff like this. You could add something like the roller under your feet once you feel even stronger and just doing it normally. But for now, keep your feet together down there, you know, on the floor. And what you're gonna do on this one is we're gonna practice coming up just into bridge first, and then we'll do a couple other variations. So go ahead and pull your tailbone long, right? Nice long spine. Relax your shoulders back. And then we're gonna go ahead and press up. And you can go ahead and come down, using your heels to pull back. Pull, 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 pull. Let's go slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now pull out to your knees, through your knees out towards the wall that way. 3, 4, 5. Now keep the ribs gliding down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, pulling the tailbone under. Again. 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use your heels, pull it back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Tailbone under. When I was first doing this, just so you know, my hamstrings would absolutely fail. Just so you know. So if that happens, don't feel like that's unnormal, not normal. But what's cool is eventually they won't. Eventually. All right, you ready? Exhale. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay. Press more into the right foot to start, okay? Press down into the right foot so much to where the left foot can lift. Almost float up. Slowly bring it back. Touch it down so softly that your hips don't move too much. Start pressing harder into the left foot. And you guessed it, right leg. Press, press, press. Good, slow, gentle on the right foot. Switch again. Someone's pulling your left leg out away from you. Pull, 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 down. Gentle, gentle. Press hard into the left foot now. Pull that right leg away from you. Down. Push into that right foot. Variation. Here, lead with the heel. So I don't want you to just go like that. I want you to lead with the heel, toes up, so the heel is kind of out. Watch my foot. Just like this, okay? So, heel.
If I can stay in the bridge, my boot keeps sinking.
Do you feel the difference with your foot though? Like when you go like this, it's a slight movement. You don't have to actually go too far. You can actually go almost right here. So it's almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. Press. Up. 1, 2. Yes, so it's really important to lead with the heel. So it's almost like you're almost rotating. It's like your knee remains facing straight up versus the knee pointing to the outside. Okay, good. 4. And down. And use your long tailbone, long spine. Reach, 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 reach. Push away. Good. So that's those. Yeah. Nice, right? And then could you imagine adding something like this, right?
One more of those, and my hamstrings would have been like,
Yeah, and mine were there. All right. This is not worse. No, I really like the way that I organize yours, and I'm going to organize everyone else's going forward the way that I just did yours. Don't you like it this way versus on the paper?
yeah.
Plus, instead of me writing everything out, I can just copy and paste certain things.
I like copy and paste.
Yeah, my husband was like, what are you doing, you know? It's like, my bad. Yes. Leading with heel, banded. Oh, this one's good. Keep that band on. And actually, you know what? Let me check it really quick. It might not be big enough. It might have, no, it probably is actually. Oh yeah, it is. This is actually the correct positioning for it. All right, this one's good. And I think that you're ready for this one. So basically what you're gonna do, but not jumping in it. Like next I'm gonna actually have you jumping in, from side to side on this one. Just not yet. And after that, that's when I would progress you probably to running. But, so you're gonna start kind of like here, kind of like a wide, kind of like a wide squat. And then I want you to really pull your hips back. You're gonna come onto one leg. You see my left knee, you see what it tried to do there? Try to pull in. I'm gonna use my left hip to pull my knee out. I'm gonna make sure that this knee is behind this one. I don't wanna pull it up here. I wanna engage my hip flexor. I wanna keep it back. I'm gonna pull this left hip back some more. and then I'm gonna do some clam, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see what I'm doing here? Close. This one takes a lot of balance and concentration. It's really tough to keep keep the right leg back when you're on your left leg. It's gonna be very tough. It's gonna wanna come forward, it's gonna wanna help. You ready to try?
Yeah, you ready to catch?
Yes. So obviously start with your right leg. Yep. Nice wide base. Send those hips back. Alright, so you're gonna go on the right leg. Yep. So we're gonna go here, shift the weight.
Come back with this.
Pull this hip. Yeah. Pull those hips back. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm like dying.
Is that the correct way?
Yeah, your knee's looking alright. And then make sure that, yep, your leg's behind you. Yep. Open. Hold it. Go super slow though. I prefer the 5-5-5. I go real slow. Just at least try for it. Even if it's 2 seconds, at least just go for it. So that's gonna be a nice one. And then from there, if you can, it's even better if you can kind of stay low throughout, going from side to side. So if you went from like, let's say here, and then when you're done, then kind of stay low, gentle on the foot. You see what I did there? Gentle on the foot. Other side. Stabilize first. See when it's stabilizing first, and then get into it. And then again, I prefer kind of staying low.
That squat position.
And then being gentle with landing. Because again, next, if you look at the bottom of the sheet, next we're gonna do some more. We're gonna start with jumps, but landing very softly. Pull the abs into the spine, shoulders back. There you go, good posture. Use that left sit bone. Bring the left sit bone closer to the right sit bone. Sit bone here. So if I'm out here and I'm bringing the left one closer to the right.
Okay, gotcha. It's kind of that rotation.
That was an awesome view. But that's the sit bone.
It got me what I needed to see. We're good. It's just a butt. Once you've seen one butt, you've seen all butts, and I've been doing therapy for 12 years. I've seen a lot of butts.
Probably have. Use those hips, pull those back. Not too bad though. You know, your range of motion on even doing the hip on that side is going to be less because you have to stabilize more. But as you increase the stabilization, you're actually going to be able to move more on that side.
And get better.
Exactly, but I think that we should practice this, you know, so, because you've been doing
Would it be okay if I practice like I've got some poles, like you've got poles,
Sure,
and just where I can kind of
sure, like let's hold something like this.
yeah, like
Like if you were to
even
do,
just
well, then you can practice letting go,
yeah,
and you'll feel safer.
like even just the fridge, just because I'm still gonna struggle stabilizing that knee.
No, but you know what? I don't mind. This is better if you have something like this, like a pole, because I think this is less. And that's kind of awkward versus this one. You can go this way or this way, but you can't pull that with the fridge. So if you were to do it here, you know, hold here.
Yeah.
But I think it's better than a wall.
Okay.
But that way, then eventually you go like that.
I have a whole front porch and back porch.
You sure do. I remember. All right, so I say that one in place of the wall clam because you've been doing that one for a while. Hopefully.
Yes.
You haven't. Yep. Banded standing single leg clam. Theraband tied wide. Sitting on floor, posterior tibialis strengthening, and then sitting on Pilates balls, the legs are bent. Okay. So, how I did this one?
You want the band?
Now I think I need to move this. There we go. So first, so with this one, what you're going to do is you're actually going to draw, like pretend like you're drawing a J, but the band's going to fool with you. So you got to kind of mess with the positioning there, but you're going to kind of draw J. So back here, have you done this before with patients? So posterior, you understand this one?
And you can always wrap it with a washcloth.
True.
Roll a washcloth around it, and then you get the padding on the side of the foot so you're not fighting the band the whole time.
This actually feels good though. This right here, if you try it this way, this is not bad. But I could, and again, it's because the band is lightweight, but I don't mind the band being lightweight in this case. Anterior tibialis strengthening, we need the heavy band. The light band is not going to do enough. So this one on that straight leg, and then I want you to also sit, and because this one's going to get more of that popliteus, like that area that we talked about before, that popliteus area and all. So from here, but I want you to do it slow. You have to get used to doing that 5-5-5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Back 2, 3, 4. This is gonna absolutely kill you because I already feel it. 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Back 2, 3, 4. And I like holding the knee. So why don't you try this one? This is also gonna help prevent the foot from turning out, right? So it's not just for knee strengthening. It's not just for the. So yeah, I would hold the knee, and then practice the slowness. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2. One more. Down 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel my foot trying to compensate by turning this way, and I'm like,
Exactly.
no,
That's why I really feel like.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like you gotta hold that knee. Did I show you anterior tibialis the way that I like it, or no? All right, so I really, really like and recommend this particular band, and really, because it's a very heavyweight band. And I want you to try to actually turn off the quad. It's going to be very tough. I don't want the quad to activate. So you really got to think about it. Like I want you to pull more with the bone here versus the toes. So forget the toes. I want you to imagine that there's a string from this top of the bone here that's pulling towards your shin. And you're really trying to focus on just using this. Trying to take this out. And you see mine even still, it's very tough to try to isolate it. So coming back down. Up. You really have to think about it. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2. But doing lightweight with this is just nowhere near enough. Up 2, 3.
Where did you get those for you?
Rogue Fitness. Where? The Rogue Fitness website. So I put that in your sheet. So this one's different, and then again, forget the toes. I know the curl. You see the toes are trying. But I want the top of the foot. I want the top of the foot. You see how the range of motion with the dorsiflexion is so limited here. So we're also trying to work on that. But you got to try to take that out of it. So let's go ahead and try it. Try it with your left foot. And of course, it's going to be more comfortable with your socks on. But hey, can you do it with barefoot? Yes, you can.
What do you want me to do with it? Do you care?
I want you to do left leg.
Do you want socks or bare feet? Do you care?
Oh no, I want you to be comfortable. That bone, forget the toes, relax the toes, and turn this off. So you see that? Now I want you to straighten the foot too. You see how your foot's kind of a little wonky? Try to do with a straight foot. Pull, 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 pull. Hold. I know, you have to just concentrate hard. It's gonna take some time. Keep straight, foot straight. That's better. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Just this. Down 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 2, 3. Turn it off. 5.
still trying to turn off quads.
This definitely took more than a few reps of practice. It will take days for you to try to get the hang of it. But yeah, keep straight. It looks like that. Yeah, keep straight.
It
in that
keeps on
foot.
fall out
That's
whenever
right.
I relax the quads.
Yeah, but she's fine. You'll just have to keep fixing.
And I guess I can get to right about there for
And then I saw it.
naturally.
Yeah. We want this to work. We want this to do the job. If this isn't doing this job, then your foot's going to keep turning out. Okay.
That was the issue I was having before. Because I had lateral rotation from the base of the knee down, and it was because the anterior tib was so weak it couldn't hold the foot again. It was caused major clicking and popping and leaking.
So maybe this heavier weight will make a difference in the slower
that's what we
pace.
focused on right in the beginning, remember?
It is.
Was anterior tib, because I had none. Whenever I flexed it, it was like a flicker of where a muscle used to be.
Yeah. All right. So you got that. Keep looking at this.
Same point.
Good. It's okay. It's okay. You literally need to spend time in it. So yes, bouncy. Oh, I love this one. Okay. You need a bouncy ball from Dollar General. Does she already have one?
My children
Probably do.
plenty.
Okay. All right, you ready?
What are you doing with them?
Behind your sports bra. Let me go ahead and fix your camera. Yep, so you'll place it behind your sports bra. Boop. Okay. Probably a little lower. All right, and from here, I want you to
That
watch.
right there.
Yep. All right, so you see when I go into a posterior pelvic tilt, I don't like it. You see how it kind of comes up? I want you to pull your tailbone down into the mat. So don't go into a posterior pelvic tilt. I want the opposite. Because you see how it flattens it nice?
Mm-hmm.
Now squeeze your hip bones together. We're going to think about that lateral breathing. So we're going to breathe in. So put one hand on the belly. I don't want the belly coming up. I want the ribs going out on the breath in. On the breath out. I want the belly coming away from the hand. Squeezing the hip bones together. Inhale. Exhale. Now that's just to get you ready. Now from here, what I want you to do is take your hands here. Elbows in. Keep the tailbone pulling down, right? So I want you to keep that as you come up. Is the tailbone still coming down? Yeah, good. Exhale. The base of your exhale, move. Breathe in again. Exhale. Slow, slow, slow. Resist, resist, resist. On the down is actually more important this time.
Okay. Falling off my ball.
Inhale. I know. Okay, inhale. Lateral breathing. Exhale. Left leg. Inhale. Wait. Exhale. Slow. Slow, 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 slow. Do you feel the connection? Feel it? Soft landing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale.
Abs a bone.
Slow, slow, slow. Good. Again. Squeeze the hip bones together, pull the abs into the spine.
And they're pulled this far.
Good, good. I see shaking. Exhale, and then move. Pull, 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 pull. So we're trying to get that connection from the adductors to the pelvic floor, the abdominals. Next, I want you to come down to where we're starting. Keep pulling that tailbone down. So make sure you haven't moved into that posterior pelvic tilt. All right, now from here, check out your ribs. Are your ribs pulling down towards your hips? Ribs look nice over there. All right, now from here, more lengthened position. We're gonna bring, on the exhale, we're gonna bring the right knee in further
I
than,
can't even lift it.
oh man. Good,
That's it right there.
that's okay. Exhale, and then move. Even
I can
tougher.
immediately go into the posterior pelvic tilt.
You're starting to go into it? Oh,
As soon
interesting.
as I raise it.
Yeah? Still? Try to pull it down. Pull it down. Pull the tailbone down. There you go. Okay, fix yourself first. Tailbone pulling down. Squeeze the hip bones together. Pull the spine long. And then exhale, and then bring the right leg up. Good, good, good. This one's going to be a good one to work on.
10 o'clock, 7-4.
So can you imagine doing 12 to 20?
What can you do to protect the back? Because that was very painful for me right across to here.
So
Like-
you would actually,
Like I'm not
Yeah?
in a, maybe it's like, I don't know if it's positional or if it's, I'm figuring it's just muscle weakness.
yeah, I mean, for sure, it's going to be muscle weakness. I feel nothing in my back at all. But not to mention, not to say that it's weird for you to feel something. It's a matter of where the ball is supporting you too. So it's probably going to be easier if the ball is supporting you further back. Because if that's here, you obviously have to hold yourself up more. You have more of this space a little bit. So if this is
It's like
further,
I had the ball here and the pain was just below the ball. So maybe
so
a
actually,
little lower.
no, for sure not
A
lower.
little higher.
Exactly. Yeah. Because then you're not coming up as much. You're not support. Your body is not holding as much weight. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The load is less. Like the load is less. If anything, I would. Yeah. So nice and long position. Your abs look nice though. All right. Yeah. Pull the tailbone under and try to maintain that nice tunnel. It's like we're having a tunnel like we've done before. Yeah. Good job. Only on the exhale. Super slowing it down. Better?
Yes, that's much better.
Nice. Good. That's what you needed. Exhale. So when you're lying flat and you're maintaining it, you can take the knee in more versus when you're curved. It's like the upper body is curved, but the lower body is curved the opposite. So it's like you have to maintain, you're trying to pull this up while you keep this down, which is super challenging, right? And you might have a more difficult time getting a connection when you're maintaining. You could try both. You could try both. But remember how that TDA works best with timing. So yeah, that's a good job.
Seriously, work on those.
How fun though, right? A bouncy ball. Now I love this one for you. Sideline with the ball. All right. You don't have to be against the wall. I do it again. I've done it both. I like the wall for feedback, but do you have to do it against the wall? No. All right, so go ahead and lay next to me. Oh my God, get away, bud.
He's just leaving me.
Oh my God.
He's just a carpenter.
I know. Yeah, he's harmless. I'm editing you out, Pete. He was just totally checking us out. He's very harmless. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and kick that thing if you want. Alright. Bye-bye. Alright, ready? Alright, so I want the tunnel. It's gonna be hard to keep the tunnel. Alright? So I want this space here. Because again, if I didn't have the space, watch my hip. Boop. Don't want that. So I want the space. I want this arm all the way lengthened out. That way it keeps your hip more closed versus if you're here, it's easier to open.
Okay.
That's why I like this hand here. Now what we're gonna do is I want you to keep the tunnel as you lift. Now you might not lift very high. I'm okay with that. And then as you come down, I want you to pull the legs away from you. Pull, 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 pull. Up, 2, 3, 4. Come on, keep that tunnel. Tailbone tucked under this time. Down. So I do want you to tuck the tailbone in this one. Up. Down. Up. Huh? I saw. So you fix it. Again. Now stay up. So you would do 12 to 20. And then only moving on the exhale, you're going to turn the ball. Exhale. Wait. We're going backwards. Whoa. Okay. Tunnel. This one's gonna take. So you gotta press into it. You gotta really watch how much I'm. Watch the ball, right? I'm gonna press in. I'm gonna really press into it. Okay. So first thing, tunnel, then lift. This is at the end of your first set. Exhale. This is really slow. Inhale, wait. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Almost had it. Yeah, I see you.
Trickling down there. All over a little red ball. We're gonna blame it on the ball, but we know it ain't the ball.
And then to finish, you're gonna come back here and then pull the legs out away from you. Pull, 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 pull as you come down. So you feel the difference when you're pulling away, how it's happening here? Nice length. Let's do the other side. You wanna come? I'll go over here.
Well, let's say you can just go that way and I'll flip this way.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I think you don't, I don't think you need a wall with this one. I think you have it. Arm straight. Yeah. But see, if you have the wall, you're also remembering to just, you're feeling the back. You're feeling how the spine is aligned against the wall. So, all right, tunnel, arm straight, squeeze the ball. Try to be mindful of your toes and your heels, which direction are they facing? Because sometimes my feet will get all crazy, right? So make sure your feet, you see what I was doing there? I'll do crazy stuff like that. Make sure that your feet, as if you're standing, you know? And down, pull away, pull away, pull away. Pull that tailbone under, up. And down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. And twist, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze, good. Hips, tunnel, tailbone. And make those legs nice.
Getting excited because I had most of the ball.
I know, I was about to finish it too. Hey, back to here. Let's finish. Pull, 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 pull away. Deep connection though, right?
Oh, yeah.
I can feel really deep right there, right inside the hip bone.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So that's what I want you to do with the bouncy ball. Bouncy ball, of all tools.
You know what? This is the most coveted piece of equipment in the hospitals and the nursing homes when we're doing therapy.
Yeah.
We'll have 10 to 15 balls because we use them so much.
Oh,
and
the thing, yeah.
And they go flat continuously.
Oh yeah, I had to pump the red one up yesterday.
Because we constantly make them go flat. Because we do, every time we modify an activity or an exercise for a patient, it always includes a ball. If you have a patient that can't do a full long arc quad, you modify it with a ball.
Oh, true. True.
You know, if
Yeah.
you have patients that need biofeedback because they're trying to come up and down, it's okay, touch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Touch the ball. Push into the ball. Push into the ball.
Yeah.
Here, squeeze the ball.
Mhm.
Push into the ball. And put it between their wheelchairs for the externals if they can't have the TheraBand. For internal and external
Nice.
rotation and hip abductors.
Nice.
If they're sitting in a wheelchair and they can't lift their leg, which you still need to strengthen hamstrings because they're going weak, we put the ball
And
underneath
press.
their leg as they push down into the ball.
Nice. Cool. How creative.
The balls are everything.
Yeah, and a very inexpensive tool for them to buy. All right, we have 5 minutes. I think we're gonna work on this, and then if you wanted to do another one, we can work more on these down here. But I'm gonna try to get all 3 of these in.
Let me look and see if there's any that I just have questions about.
Well, you're not gonna know the bottom 2 here. Because for sure, I've gotta show you. I've gotta show you this one, I've gotta show you these ones. That's probably gonna take the time. The banded neck pullbacks, I bet you know how to do that. Because, and that's for your, remember how your ears were still ahead of your shoulders? You remember that? So, I want you to do this, standing. It's gonna look awesome. It's gonna look so awesome. No, but you're seriously gonna do it. Okay. All right, so from here, good position here, right? We're still practicing our lateral breathing, all that, but I want you to do, and super slow, 5, 5, 5, right? So 5 second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My chin is tucked. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back, 2. Can you imagine that? Tucking the chin in nice. Trying to feel length in the back of the neck though. I'm trying to pull the back of my neck long. So just try a couple. Just to make sure you have any questions. But this one's important because you know what? Next time we do an assessment, if you're just standing naturally like this, then I'm gonna be like, nice, you know, and we'll be done with it. So if you do it plenty, then we'll be done after a while. Especially going to be better if you do that 5-5-5, giving it that hold so we build, you know, a nice denser muscle pattern into the existing space you have back there. Good. And you'll actually get more range of motion as you practice this too. Do you feel like it's like a super tiny range of motion that you have?
Yeah, it's not.
It's very, exactly. And that's because we've got to strengthen those muscles in the deep cervical flexors. We've got to strengthen those, tighten those back up. So since you have the therapy, you already got the tool, you know? Yeah. All right, now this next one, we're gonna go ahead and do it right here. This looks so good. Now this ball's kind of flat, but you'll get the hang of it. This is really good for you though. I really needed to make sure, I really wanted you to get into this one. All right, see, I'm putting my outside foot in so far to where I can actually see right now, I can barely stand. That's pretty much a good spot to really, if you could barely do it. Like if I went a little closer, I wouldn't be able to stand. The angle would be too much. So what I want you to do here is pull the hip up and then pull the hip down. This hip that's next to the ball, pulling it up. That was weird. Pulling it down. Utility. Pulling it up, down. So you do 12 to 20 of those. Then you'll pull it up, and then I want you to try to it's gonna line up your knee. Back. But you can't let the knee cave in. It's gonna try to cave in. And back. So I'm trying to sit back. That's literally my range of motion. That's as far as I can go. I'm trying to pull my hips back as much as I can without falling, because I'm pressing into the ball. Oh, it's so hard. It will just light that up. And this needs to be around about where your hip is, you know? So in terms of positioning. I know, right? All right, now keep working it. You have to keep positioning it closer until you can't stand no more. So go to where you're like, oh crap, and then just go a second away from that. Got it? And yeah, I keep my hand on it. I do keep my hand on it the whole time. All right, so the first one you're gonna do is you're gonna lower the hip, and raise the hip. Lower. Well, but you are. Yeah, you have to for stabilization. Down. So 12 to 20 of those. Now stay up. Stay up. And that knee, bend that knee. Hips back and pull forward. Hips forward. Remember to pull your hips forward. Not excessively, but remember how we want to have, as you pull forward, the only reason why I say pull the hips forward is because you know what we're creating here with the standing leg is that crease. That's what I want. So I don't want you to be excessive about it, but I mean just pull the hips forward so you're getting that crease. Not too much bend forward, more so the hips back, chest up. There you go. I told you, is that gonna light it up?
I'm lit.
All right, so that's good. You get that one. Woo! Oh, I love that one.
I'm gonna be going home working on the phone going, ow, ow.
And doing 20? Can you imagine doing 3 sets of 20 of that per leg? All right, last one I'm gonna because I want to teach. I have to teach this to you. It's a plank series, and I really like it for you. And then we'll wrap up because it's 8 on 1. All right, so plank series. I specifically want you to try this. So remember how we've talked about plank before, how I don't want you like that, how I want you like this, right? Mm-hmm. So you'll go ahead and you'll pull yourself up. So go ahead and pull up. I want you to do it with me. You'll get to watch the video. Straighten those hands. Spread those fingers. Where are you going to dump the weight? First knuckle, right? Mm-hmm. First knuckle. I want the feet to be a little bit more than hip width. Oh yeah, sure. Okay, I won't. It's okay. All right, so feet a little bit more than hip width on the first one. What I want you to do here, again, pull up, pull the sternum up, right? Pressing into that first knuckle. We're gonna pull the triceps back, pull the biceps together, right? And then I want you to try this. I want you to come to one side. Try to drop close to the floor, and then use your abs, use your obliques to pull yourself back up. Exhale. So play with your breath. Look at my feet. Yep, I'm totally turning. That's right. Up. That's right. Nice stretch too, right? All right, so I want you to do that.
It's gonna be brutal.
It is, and then from here, I want you to do your shrugs. So I want you to I want you to drop in and come up. But instead of doing it kneeling, I want you to try it in plank. Remember, we did this kneeling. This is part of,
Show me again.
so come into plank. Lower the butt a little bit, but keep the tailbone tucked. And then I want, fix those hands. Yes, shoulders down, kissing the shoulder blades together. Shoulder blades separate. Coming down. And yes, that's it. Yes, so more range of motion as much as you can. Yes. After that, now feel free to take that 90 seconds rest in between. You don't have to do it together, but now I want you to do the open hand scapular range of motion. So you'll pretend as if you had a mat. Your hands will be wider than the mat, pointed out. Okay? So pretend you got a mat and open them up wider. Yep. Back into plank. This is to kind of get those scapular zones. You're gonna go maybe to one side, drop in.
So you're making like circles.
Yes, scapula circles pretty much. Keep your arms pretty straight unless you're rotating.
Okay.
That might be a little bit too much. You don't mean. And then upward dog to plank hold. You got this one. You do have this one. Do this. Pull the shoulders back. I want this one for your chest. You know how your chest is still tight with pecs? So I want you to pull your shoulders back and let your chest come through. You see how my chest, I'm really trying to pull my chest through my shoulders. And then up to plank. Tailbone tucked. Here. Up here.
Okay.
Now you could also do knees, right? You could do, I mean, you could do cobra, right? Where I'm not totally extended like seal. You can do cobra to, I mean, you can do it that way, like this. It's,
Okay.
but the
So you're
normal,
wanting
I want this
come
here.
down like this.
Yeah, the chest through, shoulders back. Look up. Feel a nice stretch in your neck. Look up. And then plank. Yeah, tailbone tucked. Yes, you got it. Here. And tailbone tucked. One more. Here. Most important part is the up. Up, pull the tailbone under. Squeeze the hip bones together. Feel that? I think that one's fine for you. Maybe what you'll do is that maybe you'll skip the range of motion on the scapula for now, and you'll go with more of those.